Hello and welcome to the Human Bacon Podcast. Jesus, Nick, what episode are we on?
32.
Oh my God, we're as old as
We're
you
me.
now. Where are you
We're
now?
as old as me.
How's it feel?
We feel old, especially on the inside.
On the inside?
Yeah, I don't look it.
Yeah,
but
you don't, dude. Like the first time I met you, I thought you were like 23, 24.
Yeah.
Like straight up. And then you were like, oh, I'm like in my 30s, and I was like, you're like a carbon copy of me, like fucking, like you like,
Oh, yeah.
in like, you know.
Oh yeah, we could be.
And just like age, I'm like, Jesus, like.
Yeah, what am I, 2 years ahead of you? Like, no, I'm fucking 7 years ahead of you.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, he's a grown ass man.
That's
crazy.
a good thing about in the meat department. How every time we get clerks, they're usually around between 18 and like 24, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So when you're around that age, you just assume everybody who looks kind of like that is around that age. So it always makes me feel good when I'm talking about something. They're like, "Oh, do you go to UMass Lowell?" I'm like, "Come here, give me a hug." You think I go? It's fucking 32. Thank you very much.
It might be the freezer, man. It might have slowed down
Yeah,
your,
that's what
your
it
aging
is.
process.
It's slowing me down.
Yeah, making your cells move slower, all that stuff.
I should look like the Crypt Keeper with all the stress I get from fucking Hannaford.
Well, it's all frozen inside you because
That's what it is. I'm just dead inside.
Yeah, that's the consensus.
Slowly rotting.
It's okay. It's all right. But fucking hell. What happened, dude? The Oscars.
The Oscars happened.
That
Yeah,
did
everybody's
happen.
talking about that.
That's crazy, dude.
He got slapped. Chris Rock got slapped.
The most mind-blowing aspect about that is not him getting slapped. Did you hear about how the audience gave Will Smith a standing ovation after that?
After he slapped him?
Yeah.
Or, because I saw he got an Oscar too.
Yeah, when he got his Oscar, like he did like his speech, but that was like after he slapped him.
Yep.
And the audience gave him like a standing ovation.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry.
I don't
Like,
care.
did I miss something?
They're all,
What
they do.
Oh, those are just two different realities.
I wonder if they had one of those applause signs and they're all just like too stupid to not listen
Like
to what the
Shrek.
sign does. So they
Like
just,
Shrek,
they just
right?
all
Like
applause. So they all
applause.
just stood up instead of clapping. The sign says clap.
Lord Fuckwad. Yeah, he was Lord Fuckwad that night.
Yes, he was.
What an asshole, dude. Like slapping a comedian. God, I don't
Yeah.
care what I don't care, man. Like there's a way to approach that. Like he could have did like a comeback, right? Or like a creative like whim to like get back at Chris, and then it's like, okay, cool,
No.
But
He slapped him.
you just proved that you were just a how do you say, immature asshole.
Yeah, I think he's just under so much pressure with his wife just telling all their secrets and just everyone just shitting on him about how she like cheated on him and told him and like all this other stuff that happened. And then now I think, he's on the Oscars in this public display. Now someone's shitting on his wife again. I think he literally just snapped. He's just like, I've had enough of this shit. Which, I mean, he didn't approach it the right way at all, but I think he just fucking snapped.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what happened. It's like, but at
Big
the
Willie.
end, like I don't know how they didn't like throw him out of the Oscars for doing that.
Because he won one. So they knew he won, so they were just... That was still like the second lowest rated Oscars ever, they said. So slap
It's
didn't help.
just it's a depressing moment for comedians because, like, I mean, we've talked about comedy on like the show in the past, and like it's so sad because like when a comedian is like forced like into like a box of like what they can and cannot say, it's like that's dark. That's a dark place. That's not good.
If any comedian should have got punched, Wanda Sykes should have punched Amy Schumer. I can't stand her.
Dude, like, yeah, I mean, I would, if Amy Schumer was there and everyone in the crowd just ganged up on her with maces and bats and torches and ran her out of town, fine. Yeah, kill her, fuck her up. She's a horrible person. But, I mean, Chris Rock, really?
Yeah, Chris Rock doesn't deserve it.
Come on.
Not from Hancock.
Not
He could have killed him.
He could have, yeah. He doesn't know his own strength, but fucking Will Smith, man. I don't know, it was very surprising to me. It was extremely surprising.
I saw Jim Carrey said that if it was him, he would have sued him for $200 million. And he went this whole rant about it. And it's like, all right, Jim, calm down, dude. All right. I love you, dude. But Jesus, go make another fucking Ace Ventura movie. It's been too long.
Yeah, right. One thing, he should come back and make some more Ace Ventura movies.
Just one more.
One more.
Just give me one more.
Come on.
I love those fucking
dude,
movies.
that would
I
be
love those movies.
It'd be so good at the box office. It'd be incredible.
That's one of those
great.
movies as a kid that I would watch it and then like I would start it over again and watch it again.
Because it's just like, it's awesome, man. Like the fucking 2,000 animals living in his apartment.
That's so hilarious.
I don't even know how they did that scene.
You notice
because it's not CGI. Like those
yeah,
are
there's just a bunch of
trained
animals that run in.
Yeah.
The his landlord in Ace Ventura is the uncle who's in the wheelchair in Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny, it's the same guy.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
It's funny, he picks up the leaf from the bush and he walks by the landlord and then he throws it and you see he has a giant pile of leaves because you can tell he's done it every single day.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that it's funny when you're a kid, but you get old and there's like adult humor in it that I didn't get as a kid.
Yeah,
It's funnier now too.
That's what I love about SpongeBob too.
Oh yeah, SpongeBob's
SpongeBob,
fucked.
like the adult humor in it, it's like when you're a kid, it's so good at going right over your head.
Yeah.
Like you just, there's no way you can tell. But like, I remember there was this one where SpongeBob had like a condom, but it was like a balloon, but it was clearly a condom. Yeah. And it's just hilarious. It's such good writing because like you can't say it is that thing, but you know what it is.
You know what it is.
It's because you have to be very, very creative when you're making like a kid show and like you want to include adult humor.
Yeah, you gotta have a little bit too, because parents are sitting there watching the stupid show for the billionth time. There's a little humor in there for them.
And then you see your parent just fucking start dying laughing, and you're like, that wasn't even funny.
Yeah.
Like, what are you laughing at?
That's not even the funny part.
SpongeBob's one of the OG shows, man.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, like, if I had a kid, man, that'd be the show. That'd be the show that they're gonna watch like all the time. And I know people. Apparently, like it's supposed to like create like ADHD and shit, like in like kids.
Okay.
But dude, it's SpongeBob. It's amazing.
That's a show I'd put on.
Shit raised
so
me.
He's distracted by it. So when I leave and never come back, he doesn't notice because he's just stuck watching SpongeBob. Thanks, SpongeBob.
It's dude, yeah. Video games and TV shows are the best babysitter. Literally.
Yeah.
That's what they do. And some parents go like super overboard on it.
That was like the Cable Guy. If you've ever seen that with Jim Carrey, too. That was one of the bases of it, is that his mom just sat him in front of the TV and went out, and that was his babysitter.
Yeah.
The big box TVs that weigh 600 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dude, I remember Dude, when I was little, I had one of those giant box ones. It was before like flat screens, but it was like it was like one of those tiny box TVs, just like 20 times the size, just absolutely massive in the living room, and that was like state of the art, fucking like next level, next generation.
It's so funny when you see old school big TVs, and it's just like an ugly giant flat screen, but it looks like shit. Everything looks all like red. Yeah. You don't know why.
Yeah, like you look at it now and you're like, wow, that was fucking horrible, and I loved that. Like if I could play my PS2 on that, that was an amazing day, you know. My dad's at work, my mom's fucking doing shit, whatever. Yeah. And I can hook my PS2 up to it, dude. Best days ever.
There's certain games I don't go back to because in my head it looked good, like everything about the game looked good. But I know now if I went back, it would just look like boxy pixelation shit. So I just like to keep those memories in my head of that, like the original Ghost Recon, and the certain games that I remember like playing as a teenager. I'm like, this is the coolest fucking game. But I know if I went back, this was awful.
Yeah, like Spiral. Or like Spyro?
Yep.
Yeah, Spyro was like my number one, but like, and like they made like a remastered version of it.
Yeah.
Like they got that on Steam now, which is like really cool. But like if you go back and play the old ones, it's like in my mind it's just like a beautiful like nostalgic thing. But like if I went back and played it, I'd be like, oh wow, this is
shit.
Like my pre-pubescent brain was just it was shit. Like it was horrible. Oh yeah. It did not know what it was looking at.
Some of that has been shattered because I got the N64, some of the games on the Switch, and I haven't played like Star Fox or any of those in a while. So like throwing those in, and I remember Star Fox being this like high tech, flying around in a plane shooting things that seemed wicked advanced, and then you go back and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh, this isn't. Why do you gotta ruin this for me?
Yeah, man. Keep the nostalgia as nostalgia.
It keeps you young.
Keeps
you real young.
Don't try to go back to it. It will disappoint you.
Very much so. I looking at an apartment that I thought it was a studio apartment that they wanted over $1,300 a month for.
Oof.
For a little baby studio apartment, but it was over in the area where I was trying to move in. So I like contacted the guy, and he said that post was up like that day or something, and he already had 16 applicants.
Wow.
And I went, oh, all right, well, I guess I'll be 17, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think a lot of it's UML kids.
Yeah.
And they'll probably get it before me because they'll have some type of
because UML, that's like the acre, right?
Yeah, yeah. But they even over here on this side still, Pawtucketville's right down the street from here too, and that's big student housing.
It's crazy how expensive rent's getting. Like,
It's fucking over $1,300 for a 300 square foot apartment.
I know it's fucking small.
But they allow dogs, so I was like,
yeah, you need a loud dog.
and nobody does that shit. Or if they do, it's like the fancy places at the mills, and then they want like a pet fee and also like $2,000. But God, some of those places are nice. Yes, they have pet fees. Yep.
Oh, I didn't know about that. I thought it was just like a yes or no.
No, well, I mean, the place that I was looking at was just a yes, but like some of those other places will probably have pet fees included.
Wow. Damn. Like, if it was me, like, renting out an apartment, like, I would at least be like, maybe to your pet. I gotta meet him first.
Yeah.
like, I want to see if he's just gonna shit everywhere.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You know? Like, I want to see if, like, you got, like, a cool pet, you know? Because it's, like, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah,
like,
I don't want
are
a
they
psychopath.
Cool or not? Yeah. Yeah, you don't want a fucking dog, like, tearing shit apart.
Yeah, you don't want some big psycho dog or some little fucking dog that's going to be yapping all day either. Nobody wants to...
Yeah, Chihuahua's not allowed. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm not a big fan of birds either.
Birds?
Fuck birds.
What you got against birds?
I don't know, like as a pet?
Like a pet?
A pet bird?
I mean, yeah, they're supposed to be, like, in the sky.
That's what
like,
I mean.
We put them in a cage.
Like a chicken or something?
In a house.
My grandfather had a old pair. Those things lived to be like 60 years old.
Damn.
It's a long fucking time.
Yeah, like, I remember, my aunt had a parrot, and, like, she taught it, like, every time you walked in the house, it would scream, fuck you at you.
That's nice.
And it was great. I loved it. And I was, like, a kid, and it would, like, scream, fuck you at me, and I'd scream it back.
That's the funniest thing.
And my aunt just let me, like, swear at it, you know?
Bird doesn't know.
The bird would swear at me.
It's just repeating.
Yeah.
My mom had a cockatiel, which it didn't really talk, but it would, like, make like the same whistle noises if you did.
Yeah.
And my mom watched Star Trek all the time, so it would whistle the beginning.
Really?
Star Trek, yeah, it knew the intro to it. It was pretty funny.
Dude, like if I could teach one Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. Like
yep.
I wouldn't really want a pet bird, but like the things they can do, like whether it's like singing shit or like saying fuck you when you walk in your house, that's awesome. That's so cool. But I mean generally it's like no.
I don't know.
Not really.
Cats are cool, but it's like, man, you gotta have somebody who actually like tidies up after the cat, then I'd be fine with it. But you know, there's just lazy people who own cats, and the cat just smells like shit in their house because nobody cleans it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it all depends, I guess.
That's what I mean. Like, if you're like doing it, then it's fine. But there's plenty of places you've gone into before somebody's house, and you're like, oh my god, I can already tell they have cats in here.
Dude, you know those like hairless cats?
Yeah.
Why do people have those?
I don't know. They're scary looking.
I don't understand. Like when you pet that, is it like
skin?
That's skin. You're petting like.
Is it like rough though? Like after you shave, or do you think it's just skin?
I've never touched one. Have you ever touched one?
No. Get that fucking alien thing away from me.
Exactly.
That smushed face cat. I don't like that thing either.
Just like all the way in.
Yeah, I don't know. Those fucking cats are weird too.
Do they have difficulty breathing?
Of course they do. Good.
It's natural selection. It's trying to get rid of them. But we have to.
That shit we do to them.
Huh?
There was no pugs before.
Oh no. No.
Like that shit didn't exist.
Yeah.
We made things.
Yeah. We were just like, that's cute and it doesn't bite me. Let's make more of it. And then we did it.
I want to put it in a purse and carry it around. Do you think it's shit in her purse when Paris Hilton was carrying those dogs around?
Dude, she probably put a diaper on it.
Where do you get a diaper that small?
Dude, when you're that rich.
Yeah, you just have
you just say
poor
to someone,
kid in the basement.
Making little diapers.
You're making little diapers.
Little poor fucking...
Little Air Force Ones for his little feet.
Yeah, right. Dude, have you ever seen a dog walk with shoes?
Oh, yeah.
It's the greatest thing.
It's hilarious.
It's great.
Oh, yeah.
like a clown almost.
Something about a golden retriever with, like, some fucking Jordans on is just always funny.
It's great.
Big smile, dumb look in his face.
Yeah, it's very funny.
We wouldn't be able to do that until Lola can't even trim her nails. Never mind trying to put shoes on her nails. No, she fucking freaks out.
Really? Wow. I mean, it doesn't hurt as long as you don't go like super deep.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's not even. It's just like trying to hold her paw.
They're cutting a piece of me off.
Yeah, immediately.
They're cutting a piece of me off.
I don't know what she was in a past life, but whatever it was, it doesn't like its nails touching. It likes to eat cat shit. So I don't know what that was.
Probably another dog.
Mystery solved.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Dude, I remember when I was a kid, we had this dog, and like literally it would eat the cat shit all the time from the cat box. And like for whatever reason, my parents like never stopped them, so they would never really have to like clean the cat box
So he just ate it all the time.
all the time. And like he loved it. It would just, as soon as it came out the end from the cat, he would just go right on over,
That's fucking sick.
slurp that shit up, and he loved it too. And then
Ugh.
like I remember
Can't be good for you.
the first.
There's a reason it's shit.
I remember he was like licking my face one time, and
God.
this was before I knew he ate out of the cat box.
I don't like
And like
this.
he was just like licking my face, and I was like playing with him like on like the kitchen floor or whatever. And then he goes over to the cat box and just eats like a fucking nice wad of shit.
Man.
And he comes over to me, he tries to do it again.
Oh.
And since that day, I didn't. I stopped the kisses from him.
What kind of fucking diseases are in cat shit?
Whatever they
lick it
are,
on your face.
they entered my face.
You beat it.
Face.
You beat it. Nothing happened. You're not growing a cat off
crevices.
your face. Imagine you just were like whiskers. You just had fucking whiskers now. Tyler, stop pawing at the bowl of milk.
I know.
Just drink it.
Horrible. What am I gonna do?
Fucking cats. My mom had a cat that had AIDS. Did I ever talk about this?
AIDS.
It had cat AIDS. This is a true fucking story.
I didn't know cats had AIDS.
Yep. It was born with feline AIDS.
Damn, that's not good.
And I would have friends over from high school, and I'd tell them that, and people would not want to come in my house because they thought they were going to catch the cat AIDS.
Wow. Catch the cat
That's
AIDS.
a different kind of cat scratch fever.
That's the kid with the cat AIDS.
Yeah.
That's what they started calling you?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I stabbed a few of them, and then I was the kid who stabbed a few people, so that was a little bit better. But
The AIDS are making him stab people.
Yep.
Run.
yep, what a life.
What a life. Damn.
Yep, Tyler's mouth is a little bit numb today.
Oh yeah, I had a root canal today. That was fun. It was on a tooth that a dentist told me would never need a root canal, and it was just sensitive. And I told him, no, I am in great pain.
I live with this.
Yes, I said I am in great pain, and he said it's just sensitive, and I said, no, I am in great pain. And then he said, no, it's just sensitive. So I said, okay, fuck you, bye. And he was like the professional, like, so I was like, okay, I guess it's just like sensitive, whatever, fuck me. So 2 years later, well, not 2 years later, it was about a year later. It was about a year later I got like a second opinion from another dentist about it. And he was like, no, dude, like, you're fucked up, you need a root canal. And I was just like, how can two dentists from one, like, profession, like, they go to schooling for this, have two completely different opinions about a tooth that, like, needs a root canal and one that doesn't?
Was the first dentist on, like, a horse buggy with a big tooth on the top of it that was on, like, a spring, and you just went from town to town, and he was the dentist? Was that the first guy you...
Yeah, he might have been. Yeah, I remember seeing that in the parking lot.
That guy, he's got a
His little
tooth.
carriage, yeah. But no, yeah, it's crazy. But I got it done today, and my mouth is still entirely numb.
Mm-hmm.
But it's enough. Like, I can talk without pain. So I was like, okay, and we'll do the podcast today.
We'll do the podcast today.
Yeah, why not?
Dentist, the evil dentist.
The evil dentist.
They just want to hurt you.
They do, dude. I could never work in a dentist
Sadist.
office, man.
No.
That's fucking. That's.
I hear that drill noise, and like this feeling goes through my spine.
Do you think a dentist like a kid who wants to become a dentist, right? Do you think they realize it when they hear like the nails on a chalkboard and they find that like satisfying?
They like it.
And they like it,
They
right?
like that teeth feeling they get, like when you're cutting your fucking plate with a fork and a knife, and it goes that like squeaky. He's like, oh fuck yeah, I can't wait to do this in somebody's mouth.
I feel like that hits their brain in like the right spot.
I need
I don't know
3
how.
root canals, and I haven't gotten any of them because I'm so afraid of the pain that I'm just
Dude, they numb you up really good.
It's the needle going into my mouth to numb the pain up is like, wait, no.
Well, what they do first is they take a shit ton of like numbing, like what's it called? It's not like liquid. It's like goo. It's like so like numbing goo, and they just rub it all over like that area, and they give you the stick too, and like you just rub it all over, and then
I'll rub it fucking.
They give and then after like 5 minutes they just come with the needle, and then they're like, oh, can you feel this? Can you feel this? Can you feel this? And you're just like, no, I can't at all, because
until you can.
Yeah, until you can. But No, what it feels like, the most I felt during the root canal today was just like pressure. That's all you feel.
Yeah.
That's literally it. It's just like the pressure of them pushing down and moving your left and right, and
Yeah. I mean, I will get it done definitely, but it's just there's some days where I feel real brave and I'll go to do it or something, or I gotta get the brakes fixed on my Jeep. And I hate calling people and having to do this, even if it's just something simple as calling the mechanic.
Yeah.
So I had the day off the other day, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go get this shit fixed. So I took a shower and everything, like, to hype myself up. And I'm standing there, and I call, and they didn't answer. And I was kind of happy they didn't answer. And I'm like, I'm just going to go about my day. And then I went and I fucking...
You tell yourself, I tried.
I tried. And then but that was at, like, 8:30 in the morning. So I waited till, like, 10:30, and I was like, all right, I got to try again. And I tried again, and they still didn't answer, so they must have been closed. It was, like, a Wednesday. And I was like, well, I tried twice. And then I just went and rolled a blunt. And I went, you deserve this, Nick. You tried to be an adult twice today.
Dude, that happened to me with my dentist today, because I had to make like a follow-up appointment. Because I went to a specialist to get this root canal done, and then I have to go back to my regular dentist, and they're going to fucking throw the cap on, all that shit. But, yeah, dude, I called the dentist fucking like 4 times in a row, and no one picked up. And, like, I waited, like, 5 minutes, like, after each call. So it was, like, 20 minutes of just, like, waiting. I'm like, this fucking sucks. And then, like, literally, like, the 6th call, they pick up. And I was just like, the fuck were you guys doing?
Yeah, oh, Jesus.
I was like, do you guys have, like, can you put me on hold?
Take me out here.
I'm pretty sure I heard one time you guys pick up the phone and hang up.
20. You guys all putting that weird suction thing in your mouth to each other? Is that what you're doing in there?
He called 6 times. You gotta pick it up now.
We gotta pick it up. Jesus. Fuck. Get this thing out of my ass. The dentist I go to, they are nice. And I would go there to get it because they have like one guy who does root canals in the place. And so it's tough to get an appointment with the one guy, which kind of makes me feel better too that they got like a guy who just does root canal. That's all he does.
Right.
But when you're sitting in the chair, it's facing the parking lot and it's just a giant glass window of just a parking lot. So people are just walking by doing things and you're sitting in the dentist chair facing them with like all that stupid fucking baby, you know what I mean, bib on and all that shit. And I'm just like, this is so, can you flip this chair around? Like, why am I, these people are just staring at me sitting in their car. I'm like, having dental work done.
There's a little kid at the window.
They don't have fucking curtains. Yeah.
They should have at least fucking curtains.
Like some curtains, it was nothing.
Yeah, and then like if you're like, oh, do you want them open or closed, sir? You know,
yeah.
At least that.
Like, is this free? Is this like training? Is it meant to be like, is this rounds?
Jesus. Yeah, I went to a dentist like that before. I'm like, there's a giant window, just like right in front of the chair. And it's so awkward.
It's so fucking... If at least it was on like the 2nd floor or something, you'd be like, all right, all I got to worry about is like a bird flying by.
Yeah, right.
I already know how I feel about birds, so just let that asshole fly by.
People look in the window and you're just wide-ass mouth, just
literally.
Just like people are just drilling.
They were taking x-rays and my tooth was killing me, so trying to keep that thing in your mouth and you got to like clamp down on it while they're doing it, and I was having a hard time keeping it in, and I'm just like, these people are just walking around just staring at me, because I would. If I walked by and I saw a guy in a dentist chair, I'd go, well, this is a fucking freak show, what's happening over here?
And it was funny today, like my mouth was so numb that like I couldn't feel my tongue, so I didn't know where it was in my mouth. And like they kept telling me during the root canal, they were like, move your tongue, and I don't know where I'm moving it.
Where is it?
I can't even tell like where it is in my mouth. And that's what I was saying too. I was like, where is it? I was like, oh, I don't know where.
You move it for me. You got fingers? Come on.
I hate when they fucking ask you questions when they got like 4 hands in your mouth.
Yeah.
And they're just like, is everything okay? And they're like, nice.
Like you're the fucking elephant man. You're just grunting.
I've never understood that. Like asking you questions with hands in your mouth.
Yeah, like why are you doing this to me?
Yeah. It's like, damn. But
I'm probably less than 10 years away from the old finger in the bum.
The old finger in the bum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an important
prostate,
one.
yeah. And my grandfather and I think I had 2 uncles with it too, so that prostate problem. So I have to go earlier then because of that. I don't know how old it is. I think it's 40. I think. I'm not 100%, but...
Yeah, what do they do? It's prostate cancer they check for, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Your prostate.
Cancer's crazy, man.
Girls don't have prostates.
They don't?
Nope. Only men have prostates.
Isn't it in the butt?
It's like, kinda, yeah, but...
So they just don't have a prostate.
Girls don't have prostates.
In there. What's the difference though?
I don't know.
Like what?
I just know.
Like obviously I know sexual differences, but like what's the?
Between a prostate? This has something to do with your wiener because I know it affects how you pee.
Interesting. You can tell I've never taken anatomy.
This is a very scientific podcast
I've never
today.
taken anatomy and physiology.
I know it has something to do with your wiener because it affects how you pee. I should be a doctor with the things that I.
That's a very
idiot.
That's a very how do you
Jesus.
say scholarly sentence?
Yes.
You had going there.
Lots of learning.
Lots of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of learning going on.
I was putting the bandsaw together at work the other day, and I couldn't get the blade to go on the saw for some reason. It just didn't want to work for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this thing is either too small or somebody's trolling me. And one of the cutters goes, is that what your girlfriend says? And I go, you know what? That was actually funny. And you're a piece of shit. And I don't have a girlfriend, so ha.
Dude, I remember the bandsaw, man.
It's a scary thing.
That's the bone saw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, they don't pay you enough to fucking be around that type of equipment.
That could literally cut you in half, no problem.
Literally. It's like, they don't pay you enough at all.
I've never seen anybody cut themselves, but I've heard stories. When Jim was there training me, he said that a guy cut off like his middle finger, his index finger, and his thumb all clean off, and Jim had to like pick them up off the ground and put them on ice while the guy like rushed out and went to the hospital.
Oh my god.
Like your thumb? You need your thumb.
That sucks.
You really need your thumb.
It's like, oh, we lost a few fingers today. Let's all right, let's cut some more meat.
Yep. And you know when somebody fucked up on the bandsaw in the company, because then we all have to do the training again, or they come down to remind us and ask us like questions about the bandsaw or about safety, and we're always like, oh, somebody definitely cut themselves, because it's the only time they come down and ask us about, are you using the push guard? Are you doing the, you know, and you're like, oh shit, I wonder what happened. You want to ask, is somebody okay? Did they?
God. That's why, because I remember I was like 6 months in at like Hannaford, and like Kristen came up to me and she was like, oh, do you want to like become like a meat cutter, or like what do you want to do? She's like, you'd be like great at it. And I was like, absolutely not. I was like 110%. I am not gonna lose my fingers.
It's a big no for me.
These are important.
Yep.
I play basketball with these.
Mm-hmm.
I use these to type. I use these
me
to
time.
Me time. There's a lot of times. There's a lot of things that I do with these that are very important, and I will not lose these.
Kristen was hot too.
Yeah, she wasn't bad.
She was a hot HR.
Mm-hmm. Decent.
Nothing. Oh no, we're gonna get canceled. I don't mean that.
No.
She was, I mean, like literally hot. She was like a lizard. She was a lizard. She had a heating lamp.
Temperature hot. Yes. Yeah. She had a fever.
She had a fever
every day.
Yep.
All the time.
She was a lizard. Yep. I think we jinxed. I don't know if we talked about the Celtics last time, but we might have jinxed them because Robert Williams went down.
Yeah, he got fucking injured when they're playing the best they've ever played.
Ever. Well, not ever, but since this team has been together, since Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum have been on the same team.
I know, like their chemistry is insane.
Such good defense, but he's literally like the reason. He's maybe defensive player. He's up there for defensive player of the year.
Yeah, he's been like the primary like defensive.
He's the shot blocker.
Yeah.
He gets you 10 boards a game too. He gets a lot of offensive rebounds too. He cleans up so many dunks. He does so much for them.
He's so long.
And he tore his meniscus in his knee.
Oof.
And I guess it was 2 ways to do it with his surgery, to like completely do it and he'd definitely be out. And then there was another way that'd be 4 to 6 weeks. So I guess they went to 4 to 6. But even then, he might not be back to like the second round, like middle to late second round. Mm-hmm. So you'd have to still make it out to get there.
Hopefully the team's chemistry keeps going the way it is. Like, because they're playing so well. And hopefully Tice steps up and is able to do a little bit of what Rob does.
Horford.
Like, he's not as long as Rob.
He's not.
He can't block shots like he can. But
yeah, that's what sucks, is because he's a big man. Like, a lot of big men in the league don't. There's not a lot of big men left, I should say, that play like that.
Yeah.
And down actually in the center the whole time, just blocking shots, doing things like that, and somebody being that good at it. And now he's gone to the second round. And I don't even know almost if I want them. I almost kind of want to say just shut it down and for him, and we'll see what we can do, because I don't know. I don't like trying to bring him back earlier than he could have been, because then what if it fucks up more, and then next year he's like hurt halfway through the year too, and he'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah, because you don't want him to come back and get injured again, like right away.
Yeah.
Because if that happens, then he's out.
Yeah, what if he's out for a year, and then that means you might get him back for next year's playoffs, and he's going to have no games under him, so he's not going to be in game condition or anything.
You got to really, really test that meniscus before he comes back. Damn. I mean, dude, I remember the Hayward injury. That was the worst injury I've
Paul
ever
George
seen.
did the same thing in the Olympics too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Fucking just completely broke his
Kevin
leg
Ware
right in
was the
half.
worst one. Did you ever see the Kevin Ware one, the
No.
Louisville college one? Oh my fucking god, that one was worse than Hayward because it was on like live TV during March Madness, and I think he was like shooting a step back three, and he just came down and it like the bottom part, like right like where his shin in on the side, it just and you could see his bones like sticking out. It was fucking terrible.
Oh no.
And then you got Kevin Wade for a while because the picture it was so fucked up that it'd be like getting rickrolled, but for a while it was Kevin Wade where you would just open something and it would be that picture.
Oh my god.
Because I remember Tosh did it right after it happened. Everyone, because Tosh was big at the time, Tosh.0, and I remember watching the show. And he like at the beginning he was like, I'm not gonna Kevin Wade you guys. So it went through the whole thing, and right at the end he fucking popped it up. And you just saw it, and everybody else was like, oh. But that one was
Damn. Yeah, I remember Tosh.0, man.
I think it's still gone. I'm pretty sure it's still on.
Is it?
I think so.
I thought Ridiculousness like replaced it.
That's MTV. He's on MTV.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tosh is on Comedy Central.
I know they're on like different platforms. I just thought like Tosh.0 like fizzled out and then like
Yeah, Tosh.0 is more like the edgy one though. Yeah, I think Ridiculous is more
Tosh.0
PG.
was better. It was a lot better.
Ridiculousness isn't bad. It's just Tosh.0 is just more fucked up, and that's just more my thing.
It's
I'd
just
rather watch the more.
Yeah, he's just more politically incorrect.
Yeah, I want to watch the more edgy thing than the
exactly.
the little bit step up of funniest
You
home
want to watch
videos.
the Chris Rock stuff, not the Will Smith stuff.
Yeah, not a guy swinging a wiffle ball bat hitting another guy in the nuts, which is funny, but it's like no, I'd rather watch the fucked up thing.
Yeah, absolutely. For show. What else is going on? Fucking, how's Ukraine doing?
I don't know. I heard Russia said something about they were going to pull back or they were going to start pulling back, and then they're not doing that.
Oh, yeah, and then they,
all.
like, fucking just, like, bombed another place.
Yep.
They're like, oh, we're pulling back. Surprise.
Surprise.
Jesus, man.
I really thought they would send in, like, grizzly bears and stuff, though. I'm a little disappointed in Russia. I thought they would send in some crazy shit.
Just people with, like, javelins on grizzly bears. Like, just, like, bare-chested.
Just big, burly, bare-chested men drinking vodka.
Or maybe the bears are riding them.
Maybe the bear, that'd be even better.
Yeah.
The bears are drinking vodka.
That's Russia. That's Russia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boring.
Damn. Fucking hell. Yeah, my friend's in Poland right now. He's cooking for refugees. Did I tell you that?
No.
Yeah. So it's my friend in Colorado that I went, like, hiking with, and I'm going to visit him in July, actually, like late July, for like vacation. But yeah, he's in Poland right now. He flew out there like 3 weeks ago, and he's like a chef. Like that's what he does like for a living, and he works at like 4 or 5 star restaurants. Like when I go out there, he just makes like these incredible dishes that like you could only like dream of.
Yeah.
You know, like fucking Gordon Ramsay shit. And he just loves doing it, and I love fucking eating it. So
Yeah,
it's a good,
who doesn't
it's,
like
a, it's a
food?
great time. And but no, like we're gonna go like hunting when I go out there, and like we're gonna like literally like kill a deer or something. He's just gonna chef it up. And
You gonna shoot a deer, Tyler?
I'll shoot a fucking deer.
Yeah, I don't think
will.
I could do it.
I would fucking end that deer, dude. Straight up. Like if you're killing, like for me, it's like it's entirely okay if it's food. It's entirely okay, because like that's the cycle of life. That's how it works. And if you're killing a deer, it's not a young deer. Okay, it's not like a middle-aged deer.
Yeah.
It's an old deer that's on its way out. That's most likely, like the way Joe Rogan says it, is like that deer's gonna like suffer and die basically. You know, it's gonna get to the point where its limbs give out on it.
Yep.
And then it's just gonna fucking like start crawling. It's gonna have no food, no water. It's gonna like starve to death.
How do you know how old a deer is, though?
By its antlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, by its antler sizes and like its mass. Like you can tell if it's like a really mature deer that's like already bred and stuff.
And then what if the little fawn comes over after and pushes his dead carcass and says, "Get up"?
Well, you should shoot the fawn too. You get some veal, you know.
That's not veal. Veal's a cow.
It's a veal of the deer, you know. Fucking.
Deal.
Hi, Lola. Hello. Girl.
Lola would be down to shoot a deer, I bet you. If you shot a deer, she'd probably be like, "Fuck that deer."
She'd lead us to it.
She'd be like, "Dude, he's over there. Shoot him, Tyler. Shoot him." It'd be that scene in Peacekeeper where I'd be Peacekeeper and I wouldn't be able to do it, and then you take the gun and just murder a family of deer.
Oh, that'd be exactly what happens. No, yeah.
I've never had venison either. So.
I've never had deer at all.
No.
But like, my friend is such a good chef that I just
I'm sure it'd be bomb no matter
it's
what.
gonna be
Get a possum. I'm sure he'd probably be able to
because that's what he
figure it
does.
out.
Like he'll go hunting. He'll shoot some ducks, and like make like foie gras. Like that's like
Ooh.
it's like duck liver.
I only
fried.
know what that is from Jim Jeffries, who talks
Yeah.
about foie gras.
It's the most like delicious melt in your mouth type of meat you could ever
Yeah.
get from like any animal.
He talks about how good it is and how the way they do it is so fucked up. Like how they get it, like the ducks that have fatty livers, is they literally like force them to eat and then close their beaks so it can't throw any of the food up and it gets a fatty liver.
Yeah.
But it was just funny that he was just like, I don't care, it's so good, I don't care. Like that was the premise of the joke pretty much.
But no, like he gets it from like wild ducks.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, it's not like inhumane that way. You know, like I don't think I would like buy it knowing like that's why I don't buy veal. You know, it's like I know how like they're treated before they die.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
It's just, like that's why I don't eat it. Because it's just a baby who was tortured to death, and that's it. And it's like, this is just so fucked. But no.
I never had veal as a kid because I thought it was like I thought veal was like, and not a baby cow. Like I thought it was its own animal. Yeah. And I thought it was like a sheep or something. And I was like, I'm not eating some fucking barnyard animal. Even though I eat pigs and cows, but for me, like sheep and stuff, I don't know why I didn't want to eat a sheep.
I think I told you how I learned out it was veal, right? How I learned?
I think so. I think we talked about it before.
It was from like a chef at this restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
And like he was just like, go over to the baby cow after it's been like locked up and not able to move for like 6 weeks. And they take a hammer and they fucking just hit it to death.
Yeah.
With a hammer, and they bludgeoned it.
Can't move around.
They just capsize its skull in.
Nobody wants a gristly burger.
And
don't you move, little calf.
The chef explained it to me so vividly and anatomically, like with his arms. He goes, they go boom, boom, boom with the hammer, and that little cow dies a very painful death. And I was just like,
I just wanted
is
to know
that
where
what
the
made you
bathroom
want
was.
to be a chef? Like, what the fuck? Why are you so excited about
happy
this?
about this poor little cow?
I was like, this is depressing. I was like, I'm gonna go cry in the corner over
Somebody
here.
beat the shit out of a cow.
Like, this is horrible. But no, he's in Poland right now, cooking for refugees.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, he's just sacrificing like 3 months of his time, just going there to do some humanitarian shit. Which is like the most noble thing you could do. Like, not doing it for money, not doing it for anything. You know, it's
doing
just
it for strangers.
Good guy, very very good guy. But yeah, man, that war's crazy, and like he's in Poland too. Like I was just like, be careful. They might come over there.
Yeah, literally.
So be very careful.
Fuck that. I work retail too long. I hate people.
Yeah.
I hate them all.
People do suck. When you get the occasional like good customer that's like really cognizant about like what they're asking for and like not demanding, then you appreciate them. And if everyone was like that, it'd be beautiful.
At this point, I hate them too. Like, there's so many bad customers that even the nice ones, that's nice. I'm like, I've had 20 bad ones. This one nice one just doesn't cancel
I'm so
it out
sorry.
anymore.
I hate you now.
I hate you. I'm sorry.
It's just the law of averages, and it's average.
I hate
to
you, stupid kid, too. Can you turn around so I can give this kid the finger? Can you? I gave the baby a finger at work once. I think I told you about that.
You did,
stupid baby.
Yeah, you just gave him the ye old peep.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck that kid.
I'll do it again. I'll push him over. Pop his balloon, shithead.
Nice. That's what you're supposed to do.
I worked at 4 in the morning today. Sorry. Had an early day.
You gotta teach them when they're young about suffering and pain.
Yep. They need to know that people die every single day. They need to know that.
As you give them the balloon, people die every single day.
People die every day.
That's why I'm gonna pop this balloon right in front of you.
See, this is you, and you pop it. Now you don't exist anymore.
Exactly. Jesus Louises.
Mm-hmm.
This world's crazy.
Jesus, as we used to say in the deli.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Jesus slice.
I think there was a guy that like he found like Jesus's picture on like a Cheez-It once.
Oh, all the time. Virgin Mary and Cheeto, I think, was a big one.
I think they sold it on eBay for like $500,000.
Someone would buy it.
Yeah, and someone bought it.
I hope somebody bought it and ate it.
Like, why can't we just do that? We'll just fucking like color like a Cheez-It, like I don't know, like with like black paint and like a little bit of orange, make it look like it was like made there by the machine or whatever, and then it looks like Jesus a little bit, and then we're just millionaires.
And then we just sell it for a lot
Yeah.
of money. We got a whole box of them.
Could make a whole box.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yes.
Get your Jesus.
Get your Jesus.
Fucking hell.
Crouton, oh Christ.
Crouton.
That's an old Dane Cook joke.
Crouton, oh Christ. Was it in a crouton?
No, but I think he was just talking about those things you get when you go up to get, you get the wine.
Oh,
and the little,
oh,
I don't know what those things are called, but
eat Jesus.
yeah.
It's like a crouton.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
that's funny.
His joke was that he wanted a whole bowl of them, like cereal.
I want to eat all of Jesus.
Yeah.
The fat kid at church. I want all of
I
them.
want of Jesus. I want bacon Jesus. Jesus would donate some of his
I wonder
body to us for
like,
bacon.
What kind of bread is it? Like they give you?
I don't know.
I know it's not like just like fucking market basket fucking loaf like.
That'd be so funny. See the guy dressed like a priest just in the cracker aisle, getting some Ritz. They're like wafers.
I'm gonna turn this into Jesus' flesh.
Yeah.
People are gonna eat it.
Box of wine in the back. That's what you're drinking. Somebody has to get it.
Yeah.
Somebody has to buy it. There's no way the church just sends them that in like a wooden crate with a parachute on it that comes down like in their front yard. They gotta.
Did you? There was this video once, and it was like they were baptizing a baby in like a river, and like it was
Did
like
the baby? Did the river take the baby?
it took the baby.
Oh.
That's the punchline. But like it took it for like 4 seconds, and then some guy like caught it like downstream. Like he, it was fucked up. But yeah, they were like it was like a third world country, and like they didn't understand the power of the current. And when the priest like dipped the baby under the water, like it just like he fucking his old fragile fingers like opened, and he goes, "Oh no, the baby!"
He went in the water with the baby, came out with nothing. He just was holding a fish.
Jesus took him.
Jesus turned him into a fish. Babies float though, right?
Just hand the fish back to the family.
You have to love him. So saith the Lord.
Yeah. But yeah, very, very, almost a very disturbing video.
But I mean, the baby had to have been floating, right?
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, it was on top of the water.
Yeah.
It was like spinning.
And a guy just downstream, just
It spinned like twice or
gorilla
like
hand got him up.
2.5 times, and then some dude grabbed him. But yeah, close call.
Swimming.
Yeah, don't baptize babies in
You
currents.
think babies would be able to swim? I mean, they're in a belly full of, water. They're swimming the whole time, aren't they, when they're in there? They could be. Do they just float, though? Is it like 0 G's in there? Are they just like floating in space, or are they like kicking around once in a while, you think?
I guess so. I mean, it must be like, I wish we could rewind time and then discover the feeling of coming into the world from like an aqueous like water solution. It must feel like a fish.
Yeah.
Like coming out of water. Like that's how that one must feel.
In the real world.
Yeah. And you were like, I was in a place that was so warm and like it was just
Gooey.
water and it was fine and it was great forever, and then all of a sudden I'm here and it's cold and dark and
Neo from the Matrix. As soon as you're born to, that's it. Your clock starts ticking.
your clock
This
starts
is it.
ticking.
You only have this much time.
Yep.
You ever
Good
see
luck.
that movie with Justin Timberlake where everyone's time left to live is written on their arm?
Yeah.
Wasn't the best movie, but the concept is fucking cool.
I was just gonna say that,
Yeah.
like if they had like a solid budget and
Yeah.
had like a really good director, like,
Yeah,
they could have made
They
that.
could have
like,
made that a fucking franchise.
Yeah, like that sounds like it could be like a really good Netflix show. You know.
That'd be awesome to watch.
Yeah.
I'd watch it because it is so cool that, and then
Yeah.
you could like give time
Yeah.
to people, whatever, which made it a cool concept.
Yeah, and like you can gamble your time away.
Gamble it away, and like time's the money. You want a car, it costs you like a certain amount of years and all that shit.
Yeah.
But it's just cool. You can get more time.
Yeah.
That was like.
Yeah, you can get more time. And in essence, it's like it's a good like allegory for like money, because it's
Yeah.
like it's how money works, because your time is valued.
You invest your time and you get money for it.
Yeah, and you're like, this like currency is literally the time.
You're taking the middleman out.
It's the time of my life. Like
Yeah.
this is and you're taking out the middleman. So it's a good concept to like visualize that.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, fantastic concept. Movie was
Yeah,
but,
the movie was
Yeah, they had like the way they gambled the time, like the gambling scenes
Yeah.
were like fucking great. They were really good.
But how old some of those people were, or like you went to like the better like districts. Almost like the farther he was going, he was just putting his arm out and he just getting into like the mad rich parts, and those people were like hundreds of years old and they had like millions of years of time. Like,
Yeah. Insane.
Well, the guy that gave it to him was like essentially saying he's been alive for too long. He was like 170 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but he looked like he was like 30 years
Yeah.
old. Yeah.
I was actually been reading the Sandman. It's a comic because they got a Netflix show coming out about it. So I want to know more about it. But
Oh yeah, speaking of comics, I got a Pop Socket Watchmen.
that's the Watchmen.
Yeah.
That's the comedian.
Like I was at work and I was just like, I have no stand to like fucking put my phone up
Yep.
for Celtics games and shit. And I was like, fuck, you know.
Hey, you're ready.
And then like I went on Amazon and I found Pop Sockets. And dude, I thought these were like Apple Pay. Like that's what I thought they were at first.
Yeah.
I thought they were like something that you would like pay.
Oh,
like, scan.
it was like a card thing, like
Yeah.
a chip in it.
That's what I thought they were at first, but I'm just illiterate and I'm like a boomer with this shit now. But no, like Courtney, she told me about Pop Sockets, and I was just like, oh shit! And I went on Amazon, dude. I was on there for like 2 hours trying to find a good Pop Socket.
Oh man.
Like I was on there for a long
The
fucking
Watchmen.
time. Like there was like emerald ones and fucking
Oh, yeah.
dog ones, and I was just like, I want something that's fucking like symbolic. Like I want
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that's like really cool, you know. And like that was the coolest one I found.
Yeah,
So.
you got to read Doomsday Clock.
Yeah.
With the Watchmen and DC all coming together.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fucking sick series.
Yeah. You told me about it before, and like that's what it is. It's like the time's ticking, and they're like racing against. the
It's
Doomsday
essentially
Clock, man.
it's coming up to a meeting between Dr. Manhattan and Superman, and Dr. Manhattan can see, you know, through time, but he can only see through his time. So he knows that at some point he's gonna meet up with Superman, but he doesn't know if he's gonna fight him. So it's like a big build up of like they have Rorschach meets up with, like Batman, and they kind of fight. Like they kind of
That's
have
a good
different
duo.
people. Yeah,
That's a good duo. Yeah.
They go through like just a bunch of different shit like that.
They're essentially the same character.
Yeah,
like,
the comedian comes with
Yeah.
on a villain meeting and he shoots the Riddler, and like the Joker's laughing about it because he like shoots him in the leg or something like that. But it was an awesome fucking. But yeah, the clock's counting down and Batman trying to figure shit out, and
Yeah.
that's been the background of my phone forever. Is the scene of the Joker one where he's putting on like makeup in the mirror and he's got this crazy smile. It's been the background of my phone since the fucking thing. I think it came out like 2018 too.
Damn. Yeah. Goddamn Watchmen. Goddamn comic books. What were we saying before though?
Oh, about the Sandman.
Yeah. Yeah.
I won't get too deep into it because there's a lot into it, but he essentially can he's like dream is who they call him. They're all D's. It's like death, dream, desire, destiny. Like there's a bunch of them, all called the endless. So they're bigger than gods because they can't die.
Mm.
And there's this one cool couple of chapters of like he meets up with this guy who wants to live forever, and it's like it's like fucking 1200 or wicked way back in time, and he meets some guy in England who just says he wants to live forever. So he keeps giving him 100 years, and after 100 years they meet up at the same spot, and he asks like, do you still want to live? And like it's crazy, like sometimes the guy's like wicked high and he's rich and he's got all this stuff and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna keep living. Or he goes through times where like he's got nothing left and like everything's just shit in his life, but he still won't want to die, he still wants to live.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool, symbolic of like how like people just want to live, doesn't matter how shitty your life is.
Mm-hmm.
But he ends up giving it in the end. But he lived for like hundreds of years of just being like, fuck it, yeah, I'll take another 100 years, sure, no problem. But it's cool because they show them like meeting at the same bar, and you can see like the different time periods that they're going through and different people sitting at the bar. But it gets way more into that. That was just like a small side story.
What's it called again?
The Sandman.
The Sandman.
Yeah, it's a show coming out on Netflix.
Oh.
The beginning,
cool.
is essentially this occult tries to call death because they want to capture death, but they end up calling dream instead, and they capture dream. And he's endless, so he can live forever. So it's like the guy who captures him tries to make him live like essentially immortal, and Dream just doesn't say anything. So the guy lives to be like he has him trapped for like 70 years, and Dream never helps him out. And then the guy dies, and his son knows about it. So his son tries to do the same thing, and he lives for like a long time. And Dream just like sits in there for like 100 or like almost 100 years, just sitting there not talking, waiting, trying to find his way out. And then he finds his way out, and he's a badass too. Like when he gets out, he does like the sand thing, like he'll blow sand in your face. But he can put you in. The guy who captured him, he put him in an endless cycle of he'd have a horrible nightmare, and then he wakes up, and then he thinks he's awake, but then he's in a different nightmare, and then he wakes up, and then he's in a different and for capturing him for so long, that was the guy's punishment, that he's gonna live forever in just this
That is
fucked up nightmare.
Like, I mean, if the United States could torture people like that,
That's
I'm
way
sure
more
they
effective
would.
than waterboarding.
Just endless cycles of nightmares. As soon as you think you're awake, you're in another nightmare.
You're another nightmare.
Damn. Have you ever had a dream like that? Or it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
Inception? Like you wake up and you're in another dream?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had that happen, like, the worst one was, like, with school. Like, I woke up and I got ready for school and I did everything. And,
Yep.
like, I was walking out the door and then I woke up and I was like, fuck, I gotta do all that again?
I swear to God, I've had the same dream where, like, you just wake up and you get ready and you're like, oh.
Yeah. And, like, I was late for school and they were like, why were you late? I was like, I thought I got ready.
I was here already.
I should have been here. You don't understand. I had all good intentions.
I used to realize I was dreaming a lot. Like, when I was dreaming, I used to be like, oh, shit, I'm dreaming. Like,
Yeah.
They used to happen to me all the time. I remember the most vivid one is I lived down the street from here before I moved here. And my buddy lived upstairs, and I didn't live that far from him. And I had a dream, and I was like, oh, shit, I'm dreaming. And I was in my room when I realized I was dreaming. So I went here. I came to here while he was sleeping, and I was trying to, like, fucking talk to him, inception him. And I woke up the next day, and I was texting him about it. And he was like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, no, I didn't have it. So nothing ever happened, but I tried.
That's funny. That's crazy. The only time I realized like I was like dreaming, like in my dream, I remember I was getting chased by like it was like a nightmare too. I was getting chased by like Jason or it was like Freddy Krueger or something and like I was like terrified and I like when I woke up I had like the cold sweats and shit. Like it was an intense nightmare. But I remember I stopped in the middle of a street and then like whoever was chasing me stopped. I turned around and I was just like, I looked at my hands and I was like, I'm fucking dreaming right now. I was just like, this is crazy. And then, like, after I looked up from my hands, like, whoever was chasing me was gone.
Yeah.
And then I was like in the street and then like, I looked up at the sky and then like, I like came out of my body and then like it was like a camera that like pans up from like your body.
Oh yeah.
Almost like
you
like
get sucked up.
yeah, it was like I got sucked up and like I saw myself like looking up, and then I woke up.
Yep.
And then I was just like, that sucks. I wanted to continue. I was like, I wanted to stay in there.
It's a weird fucking feeling when you realize you're dreaming.
Yeah.
Like when you're just like, oh shit, I'm dreaming. There's plenty of times of me doing that, me try to do crazy shit, like you try to do whatever in your dream.
Yeah.
But I wake up like almost every time, or like I realize, like, oh shit, I'm dreaming. Let me try to do, and then all of a sudden I'm up. I wonder if your brain like,
yeah,
what's going on? Because I don't even really know why you dream in the first place. So when you realize you're doing it, it's just fucking weird.
Yeah, it was a very, very strange feeling. And like I remember I was trying to realize I was dreaming for like a week before that. Like and I was trying like really hard cuz like I heard like of like lucid dreams where people were like they could fly around and do all that stuff. And like I was just a kid and I was just like I really want to try to do that. I was like I really, really want to try. And for like a week I like tried doing it and then I couldn't. And then when I had the nightmare is when it happened. Then it never happened after that.
It's supposed to be dream journals is supposed to help with that. Like if you wake up and write your dreams down, like the more you're writing down or remembering dreams, it's supposed to help you like realize you're dreaming when you're dreaming because you're like, oh fuck, this is a dream.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because like, yeah, when you wake up, it's like you have to like write it down so quick though.
Yeah, because you forget so quick. You'll have like the most epic life-changing dream, and you wake up like feeling like a different person.
Yeah.
Or it's fucked up when you have it like a big dream like that about somebody you kind of barely know, and then now you wake up, you're like, oh my, that's like my best friend now. We just went through all this shit, and then like 20 minutes later, you're like, what happened again?
Yeah.
What was I doing?
Or it'll feel like a convergence of like a bunch of feelings, and like you're like I feel this way towards what just happened, and like whether it's like good or bad, but like you can't like visualize what happened.
Yeah.
Like you have a really strong feeling when you wake up about
Like something just happened.
Yeah.
Something fucked up just happened.
yeah, and you're like wow, that was amazing, but I have no idea what it was.
Yeah, what was I?
It's just like a lasting like remembrance of what happened.
Then you're in that weird fog for a little bit, and you're like, what the fuck? Don't even realize I'm brushing my teeth. I'm like, when did I start brushing my teeth?
Dreaming's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I took psychology, the first thing my professor said, he asked the class first, and then he goes, "Why do we dream?" And like no one really answered, and then he goes, "That's right, we don't fucking know."
We don't know.
And I was just like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Damn."
That dream guy who Joe Rogan had on, said essentially like they don't know if dreaming is like an effect of sleeping, like how heat is like the effect of a light bulb. Like they didn't invent a light bulb for it to give off heat, but that's just something that happens because of it. So they don't know if dreaming's something like that too, or if it's just something completely different. And
Well, I feel like it's not something that's just there, you know?
yeah,
Like it can help teach you things too.
Yeah.
Like you like if you're going through like a hard time and like you're supposed to be doing things like a certain way but you're not, like, and you dream about those things, maybe you visualize yourself like succeeding or in a different like place in life, and like you get that like feeling of like that environment, and then like you're like, oh shit, well, I mean, maybe that is some place like you can get to. Like it can like teach you things in like a good way. But it's definitely informative. Like there's informative dreams, but there's also dreams where you're getting chased around by Barney and it makes no sense.
All kinds of nightmares. Had some scary fucking nightmares lately too. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Doesn't help that I watch scary shit all the time, but fuck that.
Yeah, you're playing fucking poker with a T-Rex, and you're like, wow, this is...
And you're like, I'm all in.
What am I supposed to
and
learn
he goes,
here?
meow. And you go, you're a T-Rex. You don't make that noise. And you go, oh shit, I'm dreaming.
And then he goes, whoops, woof.
Yeah.
And then he barks.
You're like, all right, I'm definitely dreaming now. What do you think, Colonel Sanders?
Right. Fucking A. Jesus.
Imagination land.
Imagination. All right, I think that's a good spot. Wrap it up today. Have a good one, everybody.
Peace.
Deuces.